My goal in pre-K is just very simple. I'm more of a structured person. I like spreadsheets. I like to have a plan. I like to use what we have slowly, and I like to get my money's worth. I also went a little bit old school. Today's video is going to be another addition to my Curriculum Picks series for the 2024-2025 school year. In case you're new around here, hi, my name is Sarah. I am a homeschooling mom to 5 kiddos. They range in age from pre-K all the way up until high school. So my oldest, Noah, is in 11th grade, Leah is in 10th grade, Mariah is in 5th, Ezra is kindergarten, and then today I'm going to talk all about Ava, my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old, who will be in pre-K. We have been homeschooling since the very beginning, since my oldest, Noah, was Ava's age, since he was 4. So obviously this is going to be my 5th time around teaching pre-K, and before I jump into my specific pieces of curriculum, I really want to just take a moment here to encourage you. If you are here and you are a new homeschooler, or this is your first time homeschooling a child who is 4 or 5, just know less is more. Simple is good. In my opinion, at this age, schoolwork is all about exposure. Just giving them exposure to numbers, counting, letters, sounds, reading, playing outside, discovering nature. You're just really exposing them to a whole world of academics. I'm more of a structured person. I like spreadsheets. I like to have a plan. And so for me to have some specific pieces of curriculum and activities that I can have on a shelf ready for Ava on the days when she wants to participate and be included in our homeschool, it just makes life a lot easier for me. So the key word here is optional. These are intentional options. Now, if you watch my channel regularly, you may notice that some of the items I am sharing today are repeats or continuations of what Ava did in preschool last year. And yeah, that's on purpose. I like to use what we have slowly, and I like to get my money's worth. I like to use a curriculum to its fullest if it fits my child and that season of life. So some of the things I'm going to be sharing today are going to be repeats from last year that we're just continuing on and finishing out this year. Something else you may notice is that I tend to pair Ava, my 4-year-old, oftentimes with her older brother who is 6. And if you're a seasoned homeschooler, you know, anytime you can buddy up kids together, the easier it is for you as mama. I did that a lot with my older kids, Noah and Leah. They're only 18 months apart in age and they're both in high school now. But throughout their homeschooling careers, I have buddied them up on a lot of subjects, kind of met them in the middle and found a science curriculum or a history curriculum that they could both do together. And it was fun for them because they could work together. It was easier for me to do the planning. And so you'll see that a lot of the items I pick for Ava are intentionally paired so that she can work alongside Ezra, who is in kindergarten. All right, as always, everything I'm talking about today will be listed down below in the description box. I will also have links on my website. This is a place that I have curated and spent a lot of time putting all of the different materials, resources, pieces of curriculum that we have used and loved on my website. I have all of that organized by subject, by grade level. I also have every single video that I have ever posted regarding curriculum picks or curriculum wrap-ups or reviews. All of that is neatly organized in one place. So if you want more information about anything I'm showing you today, feel free to head there. All right, so let's just jump in and talk about math. Math in pre-K is all about number recognition and counting. And so I love to make this as play-based as possible. So I try to keep a lot of items on hand for Ava. Counting bears, pom-poms, little figures and toys, all kinds of things that she can count, group together, organize by color, organize by subject. Those are all really fun ways to kind of keep her hands busy that are math related. I also really love this number board. I've talked about this one a lot from Treasures from Jennifer. It's just a 0 to 9 board. I have a little piece of wood she can use to trace these. Sometimes she puts Play-Doh on these or lines up pom-poms or different beads, different things. but just a fun way to play with numbers. On the back here, there are places she can count 1 through 10 and again, collect different items. So this has been really well loved in our homeschool and used a lot. Something else I've really loved in pre-K and in preschool are dot-to-dot books. We started last year with just even a 0 to 10 book, and she's gotten pretty good at that one. And so I picked her up at the conference, dot-to-dot count to 20, dot-to-dot count to 30, and dot-to-dot, I don't know this one has a specific number on it, but these are one of the Dover ones. So I picked these up for her. We always use markers when we are doing dot-to-dot just because it's a little bit easier for her to grasp and to not have to worry about how much pressure she's putting, just following the dots from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and counting out loud as she goes really helps to work on those counting skills. Now, alongside of that, she is going to be doing some work with Ezra. If you caught my kindergarten curriculum picks video, I'll make sure to link it, but he is working through kindergarten math with confidence, and so she'll be pairing off and doing a lot of this with him. She won't necessarily be doing the workbook alongside him, but all of the play activities, all of the math-themed picture books, I will be reading to her as well, and including her on our time together as we're playing cash register or as we're grouping together objects and adding and subtracting them. She'll definitely be part of this. And Math with Confidence, if you read on their website, it does actually say that this is a great curriculum if you have a 4-year-old or even a 5-year-old who is very interested in math or is very gifted in math, that you could go ahead and jump in with this curriculum. I just didn't want something that formal for her just yet, but yeah, she'll be included on this. The other thing I like to keep around, and I just picked myself up a new one of these, is a 100 board. We purchased Musical Math Facts that's done by Sue Dixon last year. It has a bunch of math songs and DVDs and different things. I love to use that with Ezra. So one of the songs on there is Counting to 100. So we play that song every day and she will point at the numbers as she goes, or sometimes we'll count and put little objects on 0 to 100. But I did this with Ezra at the same age, and within a year he was able to count to 100 independently. So that's a skill we'll be working on this year as well. All right, so next up, phonics or learning to read. My goal in pre-K is just very simple. It's very similar to math, is to just give Ava exposure to the alphabet and to the basic sounds that the alphabet makes. And so I'm using an oldie but a goodie with her. She has been working through Sing, Spell, Read, and Write All Aboard. We worked through this some during preschool, and when she is done with this workbook, we will move into On Track, which again is by Sing, Spell, Read, and Write. And I am so excited to tell you that they are back in print. If you head to Rainbow Resource, you will find all of these put back in print on Rainbow Resource. So yay. But if you're not familiar with this curriculum, it is just a very gentle approach to introducing the alphabet and the sounds. Let me just pull out a couple pages here. You could do these all in one day. You could break up these worksheets into a week, but here is an S is for sun coloring page. On the back, there is just some little bit of review here of, here's a picture of a cat. Does cat start with K or N? The next page is just a front and back page of handwriting that, again, she is just basically tracing the uppercase letter S and the lowercase letter S. Just a reminder, we always use markers when we are introducing handwriting because she doesn't have to worry about the pressure. The next, this is her absolute favorite activity, is to get to color all of these different pictures, cut them out with loopy scissors, and then paste them on this page right here, the letter S page. She has to figure out which objects start with letter S and then paste them on the page. And then the last one is to draw a sun that she had colored on the first page, just drawing her own on the back. So if you have a very advanced child, that might be what they could do all in one day. A lot of times we have drugged this out into a week, and so Ava will do one page every day for the week. And so we are finishing up this. The next book, On Track, is basically just more of the same. It is kind of going into the kindergarten curriculum of Sing, Spell, Read, and Write, and it is just kind of going back through the alphabet again, but a little bit more in depth. The writing is just a little bit smaller, not quite as big, and so we'll just continue on through this as she is learning her alphabet and the sounds. Oh, in addition, back here, I almost forgot, this is from the next level, which is the Raceway level, but I also have this Phonics song. I have the CDs, all of the stuff that Sing, Spell, Read, and Write has. I pretty much own all of it at this point after using it with 5 kiddos. But we will go through and sing the alphabet song every day with all the phonics sounds. So this is yet another poster that we sing to and point to every day. Paired alongside this, again, another Treasures from Jennifer board. I've shared this on my channel a lot, but we love this 2-sided uppercase and lowercase letter board. Again, Ava loves to use her finger to trace the letters, or the little wooden stick, or Play-Doh, or pom-poms, or all kinds of different things just to work on writing letters and recognizing letters. All right, so speaking of writing, we are going to be continuing and using Learning Without Tears, Readiness, and Writing. This curriculum has been wonderful for my little kids, especially Ezra. It has a lot of pre-writing skills. And again, I have a lot of the components that go along with this program. The Play-Doh letters that you roll out and shape letters, the magnet board where you stamp and see different letters, the wooden blocks that you polish and use to create different letters with wooden block pieces. Again, we've done a lot of those pre-writing activities where she's not actually physically having to write anything, but instead creating letters out of Play-Doh. This year, I do want to, encourage her a little bit more to work on her pencil grip, and so I went ahead and bought the My First School book for her to do along with this. It is very, very gentle, very easy in your approach. So here to start out with, you're just coloring the banana yellow and the butter yellow and the grapes purple. Just learning kind of how to scribble and stay in the lines. So here, for example, letter R, rake. There's a little pre-writing activity here where she's just learning to draw on the diagonal and make rakes. And then over here, it's showing you how you can use the wood pieces to create a letter R, the wet, dry, try with the chalkboard, and then just going through with a marker and making her own letter R's. We have just loved this program. I need to just devote an entire video to it because this has been wonderful for our homeschool and for my little ones. Now, connected to phonics and learning to read is obviously reading, read aloud, or literature. And this is my favorite thing that I do in my homeschool with my little ones is I have been working through literature unit studies with my kids. Last year we worked through Before 5 in a Row, and we used that as our base to create weekly literature unit studies for the kids. And so we would read, let's just say for instance, Goodnight Moon every day for 5 days in a row, and paired along with that I would come up with little snacks and crafts and activities and pretend play that we would do that went along with the book. And my little ones have just loved it. They wake up every day begging to do literature. And so we are going to continue on that path this year. However, I'm not going to use Before 5 in a Row or 5 in a Row as a base. I'm going to be a little bit brave and kind of piecemeal this together myself this year. I, like so many of you other homeschool mamas, have a bazillion picture books. When people ask me if I collect anything, I say I collect children's picture books because I have a huge library. And so I really want to challenge myself this year to do a better job of reading the picture books that we already own. We have so many good classics. And so my goal for my little ones this year is to come up with some unit studies for them to go along with some of the seasonal picture books that I have. So for example, Oxcart Man in the fall, we could do an entire unit on this. Around Thanksgiving time, the Thanksgiving Bowl. During the winter when it is snowing, Owl Moon. Cutting out snowflakes, a snow sensory bin, eating, I don't know, snow ice cream. All kinds of things that I can come up with to pair with these picture books. So I have that as a goal to come up with a picture book list and to plan out some activities that we can do with each book. All right, and then for nature or for science, I love to just do a lot of outdoor play. We have a wooded outdoor area behind our house and a creek, and so just getting outside a lot is a lot of science exposure. A few other things I purchased for Ava this year that I think will just be super fun is sensory bins. This is something I know people either love them or they hate them. We are a family who loves them, especially Ezra. He's my 6-year-old who's autistic. He loves sensory bins, and so it's something I'm very intentional about including in our homeschool. But when I was at the homeschool convention, there was a booth there. I picked up this Butterfly Story Explorer kit. It is just adorable. I love it so, so much. It has sand and green lentils, moss, little play butterflies, beads, a magnifying glass, sticks, everything here included to create a little sensory bin, all nice in this little storage box. There's even silk flowers, all kinds of things in here. But I will be sure to link her shop below. I've been really happy with this. I also went a little bit old school, and this year I purchased a felt board for the kids. I know that sounds like, you know, a 90s Sunday school teacher purchase, but I wanted one for a lot of different reasons, maybe some of them sentimental. But I found at a craft store this brand called Little Folk Visuals, and I bought Mariah an anatomy kit that was a almost life-size felt board kit of all the different organs and bones in the body, and we loved doing that. And so I've been intentionally picking up some more preschool geared ones. I found this one at the conference. This is the Animal Mothers Quiet Books, and it's just all kinds of different animal mothers that you can put together with their babies in different habitats. And so I am super excited to just use this felt board for nature play with Ava. You guys have probably seen me mention this on the channel before, but a Yodo. This is what we're doing for Bible this year with Ava. Is she and Ezra are going to be reading through the Beginner's Bible, or we call it the Googly Eyes Bible. And I went ahead and downloaded that. I did an audio version of that, and I did the make your own Yodo card, and I made them each make your own Yodo cards of the Beginner's Bible. And so if you don't know what a Yodo is, it is just kind of like a toddler or child-friendly audiobook player where the card is kind of acting, gosh, this is dating me, like a CD, and you're putting it in, and then you can click through the different tracks, and each track has a different picture that will show up here on the screen. But Ava absolutely loves to listen to her Yodo, and she loves to listen to the Bible on the Yodo. So we will continue to use this for literature and for Bible in particular. Let's see if I can get this on so I can give you an example. So as you can see here is a picture of Noah's Ark for when she's listening to that. So this is Jonah and the fish. My favorite thing about the Yodo is that there is a lot of parental controls. I can control how loud this is able to be played from my phone. So I can turn it down at night when she's listening to it in her room. So if you've never looked into Yodo, I would definitely encourage you to look into that as a pre-K friendly audio device, as well as the Beginner's Bible. That's what we'll be doing for Bible this year. Okay, and then just a couple honorable mention extras that I just have been really good for Ava and for our family, and I just want to share, might be encouraging or helpful for you. I've, again, used these books with all of my kids, so Ava's going to come right along in line, but we love these Kumon cutting books. This is Let's Cut Paper and Loopy Scissors, just for her to work on cutting practice and those fine motor skills. I love these books. This is the smallest one they have. They have some bigger ones, but for instance here, she's just gonna snip little snippets around this octopus and make an octopus, or cut out the corners and make a little sheep pin. It doesn't take a whole lot of work, and there's kind of an instant gratification of something they've clipped out and made. So these books are great, so she'll keep working on scissor skills. Lastly, again, I have featured these on the channel a lot, but these smart games, we are going to continue to implement these in our homeschool. They're just really fun logic games for kids. Bunny Peekaboo, this is a favorite, where you are basically just taking this little bunny figure with blocks. Here, I'll move my coffee. And you're essentially just grabbing a card and having to build what is matched here. So I would have to take my blue box and turn it this way and put my bunny inside and then put my yellow block up on top to make it match. And so this has actually been a really fun activity for Ava to use while I'm homeschooling other kiddos, but she really enjoys this game. And again, it's just like a fun logic game. There are a lot that we have really enjoyed from Smart Games. Another one here, Ezra, this was one of his all-time favorites, is Day and Night. Again, you're using different pieces to build. These are two of my favorites for this age, for preschool, pre-K, but they have a whole line of them. Check out my Amazon storefront. I have a lot more linked. All right, guys, well, that wraps things up for Ava and for pre-K. As always, be sure to subscribe to the channel and stick around. I have a lot of fun content coming up. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Right, and I'm super excited to say, oh, I spit when I said that. These are two of my favorite. All kinds of things in here. Oh, that I'm now dropping on my floor. Justin's gonna love that.